Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. A little FSD action for you all here today. I am joined by my co-pilot Bella, who's hanging out. So a little drive for you. You're gonna have some FSD action. Gonna be talking about different driving modes here in this video. Try to give you an example of all of them here. So we got about 5 different driving modes total. So check it out. This is gonna be FSD, also known as full self-driving. This is gonna be probably the most advanced form of software available on Tesla and to all Tesla drivers. Even though it's the most advanced form, you could see that it's still in beta mode and it does make mistakes. When you're getting on a highway, as you see in front of you, FSD changes to navigate on autopilot. So this is going to be by far the most polished version of any software available to Teslas. There you go. So see how that just changed right there? So when you're navigating and you've got autopilot on, FSD works like a charm. I'm sorry, the car drives flawlessly. So this is going to be our second mode, driving mode available. It's called, again, navigate on autopilot. And the way you can tell you're on navigate on autopilot is notice the blue line. So you don't get all the fancy color mapping going down in the visualization like you do for FSD. It's just simple kind of black and gray lines like it is on tactical aware cruise control, or as you regularly see, only FSD really gives that colored visual. So a lot of people are using navigate on autopilot. Even if you're not in beta program, you have this feature, and let me tell you, this is the best feature. So what happens if you take away the navigation? Alright, so if you take away the navigation, this is going to be our third driving method here. This is autopilot. This is what's available to every Tesla out the box. So with autopilot, what it does is it follows the road. It does ask for lots of input, as in when you're driving on regular roads that are not a highway, it will ask you to indicate through traffic lights, and notice how that input option comes up. It will ask for that a lot more frequently. And not only that input for the steering wheel, it even has you accelerate through. Like it wants you to press the accelerating pedal to tell it to go through traffic lights. So is autopilot bad? Or is it like a crappy software? No. Do I recommend it? Yes. Autopilot is amazing. Oh, check that out. We just switched over to evening. Love when I get to catch that. Yeah, so autopilot, amazing. Once again, great for everyday driving, especially on the highway. It works really well. You can't change lanes, I guess. That's probably one thing that maybe in the future they can improve on, just basic autopilot being able to do some lane changes. But once you're with if you're using at least enhanced autopilot, then you'll be able to, you know, do lane changes and smart summon and stuff like that. But for the car being able to drive itself, I mean, autopilot does improve with every update. So, you know, this is out of beta program per se compared to FSD. So highly recommended. This is a great feature. So definitely you're going to find yourself using this quite a bit if you don't have FSD. So far we went over 3 features. We talked about FSD, we talked about navigate on autopilot, and then we talked about just regular autopilot. So
exit 67 on the right onto Virginia 267 west toward Interstate 495, Baltimore.
When you're local to your area, you know better routes or maybe routes that you would rather take for whatever reason. For example, the car is trying to push me to take a toll road here, but I'm not on a long drive and I don't see the point of taking the toll road because it's not going to really save me any time. So for that instance, I'm just going to kind of pedal right through what it's suggesting, and then it will automatically reroute. So like a regular navigation system or Google Maps on your phone or whatever, it will just reroute for you. Now watch, see, it put the automatic indicator on by itself and it will take the exit. All right, so should switch back over to FSD now since we're on the exit. There it goes. So this exit is pretty steep and it's recommended to take at like 30 miles per hour, and FSD should slow down for it. So here it goes with the slowdown. I have tested this with no cars in front of me and it slowed down pretty perfectly. And then here too, it should merge over, and when it doesn't, I have to do a takeover. So if you saw in my last video, I tested it at this actual intersection and it wouldn't merge because the person next to me sped up. And this is one of those intersections where the right lane ends as soon as you cross over the light, so you're forced to turn, and that's kind of like an edge case for Autopilot or FSD. And you end up trying to avoid these edge cases after a while, because if you know, like, you know, your certain routes and you're familiar with it, I like to put FSD to the test, and I hope you guys enjoy watching that, because I like to bring you guys the FSD challenges. Definitely hit this the like button if you're enjoying this video. It's much appreciated. Helps out the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate you guys supporting that. Subscribe for, you know, Tesla related content as well as FSD related content. I'm trying to do as many uploads in 4K 2160p, so make sure you hit that settings button, and should be on the corner of your screen, and make sure you choose your image quality and click advanced, and then choose 2160p if available, or at least 1080p if available, so that way you can watch the video in the highest quality content. It was a pretty rainy day here in the DC metropolitan area. I kind of wish that I caught FSD in the rain, and I will be bringing you a video soon, next time I can be driving in the rain, to try to test FSD in the rain, because when it was raining, that was the first thing I thought of, was like, oh, I wish I was in the rain right now so I could be making a video. But the rain just cleared up and we're getting like a really cool looking sunset right now. It's like 7 o'clock, so definitely watch this video in HD. All right, so we went over Autopilot. We went over navigate on Autopilot. We went over FSD. All right, so that's 3 out of 5 driving modes. All right, number 4 is going to be manual driving. And how do you know I'm driving manually? Is you see that gray line.
Take the Interstate 495 north.
So when you're driving manually,
Baltimore,
you don't shift gears, because electric vehicles are just one gear, it's go. This is a whole new definition to manual driving. So at this point, I'm in control. The accelerator is active. It's very sensitive. It goes when you ask it to go. The steering is very, very accurate. I really like the steering on the Model 3. It does give you options on if you want like average steering, or if you want like more sports style steering, so you can control your handling. But yeah, you're in control. So this is going to be manual driving. You know, go as fast as you want for whatever the speed limit allows, because when it comes to your safety score, it is not ever measured by speed. There's a lot of factors that come into play, like unsafe following and hard braking, aggressive turning, but speed is not one of them. So as long as you can, because when you're on autopilot or FSD, it doesn't count towards your safety score. It's pretty much driving at 100 every time, and it's going to mark it as 100. You're really only judged on your manual driving. So that's what I say. Like, it's not about, I read online, people are like, oh, I need to drive like so slow now that I'm in safety score, and that's not the case. You just need to drive safe. And if driving slower means driving safe for you, then definitely slow it down. But if you're on a straightaway or you're keeping up with traffic, and traffic is going 85, 90 miles per hour on a highway, then by all means have fun, you know. Put that thing in manual mode and go. All right, so you can see I've been on FSD for the past couple minutes, which is controlled by this right scroll wheel. The left scroll wheel is dedicated to your music, so that's going to be for your volume. That's going to be to change the track. Your right scroll wheel is dedicated to your autopilot settings. So speed is controlled by flicking or scrolling this wheel. Scrolling it gives you the ability to change it by increments of 1 mile, and by scrolling